Hey guys, welcome to our review of Agatha All Along. This is the series premiere, which includes both episode 1 and 2. And, I'm a big fan of the MCU. Honestly, when I saw Agatha, I didn't even do a trailer reaction. I didn't really care. Doesn't really look like it's marketed towards me very much.
No.
We were planning on reviewing Agatha and Penguin. Penguin is not out, apparently, until later tonight. So we'll watch that and have a review for you probably tomorrow. But this is the first 2 episodes that are out right now on Disney+. And it is being, I've seen a lot of YouTube thumbnails that are already hating on the show. And I'm like, what, I guess because it's, not for them or it's this. But apparently there was this big interview that Aubrey Plaza gave. What was this, Alex?
Yeah, she was on the carpet and someone asked her a question and she responded in a way people don't like. They're like, hey, is this the big gay show? And she's like, yeah, that's what I signed up for, a big gay show. And people just lost their mind.
The gayest show ever.
Sure,
is what she said.
I don't, yeah.
Now, this is one, interview on a carpet or something, right?
I'm told, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is.
This is not exactly how Disney has promoted the series, but I guess this is caught on with a certain segment of, the audience and YouTube, and now we have a bunch of content on that. Now, I found a surprisingly mature take. I'll read it here for you. I don't have a problem with Disney pursuing different demographics to grow the overall audience. However, I'm going to skip it. Hey, that's a great fucking take.
Wait, a human person.
That's actually what I would.
Yeah, if you don't like it, yeah.
That's kind of how I would do this particular one. If I wasn't a reviewer and if I wasn't also reviewing, Disney Plus series, Marvel stuff. Apparently, Agatha All Along is kind of like a trilogy. You're gonna have WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and then to wrap it up, Vision Quest is what it's called. With all that. Apparently these 3 come together in some way. Here's another mature take. I'm telling you mature takes before I get to the bad ones. So here's another mature take by Joe Talon. On one hand, this show seems entirely unnecessary. On the other hand, I thought the same of Andor. And then that ended up being some of the best Star Wars ever. Yeah. Granted, it was ran by an Oscar-winning writer, and that was spun off the best Star Wars movie Disney has made, in my opinion. Regardless, I like Catherine Hahn, and I like Aubrey Plaza. Mm-hmm. And the ending of WandaVision was underwhelming for me, but otherwise I enjoyed it, so I'm at least going to give the first episode a try. Hey, another reasonable fucking take. Right?
And that's it.
Now, I would say the first episode of the series, not very good. Second episode, surprisingly, started picking up, made me interested. I was kind of like the rest of these guys with the first episode.
You've never seen Parks and Recreation, right?
No.
So Catherine Hahn has a bit character that shows up for like 5-6 episodes, and every time she's on the show, she steals the show because the character's so fun. And Agatha feels very much like Jen, I think her name is.
Is this where they go to community college?
No. Parks and Rec is when they're running the Parks and Recreation of like this tiny Indiana town. But like if you like that kind of thing where she's just like no nonsense, she will tell you that your children are horrible, and that's who Agatha kind of like when she actually finally becomes Agatha. It's like
I should check out Parks and Recreation because I think I like this type of comedy.
Yeah.
It started to really pick up in episode 2. I was laughing out loud in certain moments I didn't expect. And this kind of writing, I can already tell you, immediately better than Rings of Power. $1 billion show. If you're making me laugh, you're investing me in these kooky characters. I actually like this. So we'll get to it in a second. But initially, I'm like, I don't give a shit. But when they go with this, all right, let's put together a witch coven. I'm thinking Hocus Pocus. I'm thinking, Coven, the movie. Hocus Pocus 1. There is no other Hocus Pocus.
And there's 3.
And they're like going down the road. The potential is set up here, okay? Whether the show falls on its face and ends up being a 2 out of 10, I don't know yet. Because we here at the Angry Joe Show, we give things a fucking fair shake. We try not to prejudge something, and if we do prejudge it, we still give the overall content when it comes out a chance to stand on its own. And honestly, first episode pretty weak. Second episode got me interested. And right now, currently, and I know I'm not the target demographic, but I actually am excited to be my girlfriend and watch it because she loves witches. She loves Halloween. This is the perfect time, by the way, for the series to come out. Halloween, capitalizing off of that.
Watch this, get some pumpkin beers.
I probably really shouldn't even read some of these other comments because I got them from IGN. So there's a culture war going on in the comments about Agatha. I don't understand how these people have enough time if they hate it so much. But basically, it goes on. Forced agendas, women. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that. But basically, a little bit of a culture war going on because of this interview. And maybe even just because it is towards a target market that is not, 21 to 35 white males or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if it does devolve into something where the political messaging is more important than the characters of the story, I mean, I'll be the first person to tell you.
Exactly.
But as of right now, it's not there. I don't necessarily give a shit what the actors say. Read any Harrison Ford interview, and the man doesn't know shit about Star Wars, actively hates it. And so people latching on, well, this actor said this. Like, who gives a shit? I don't care. And so right now, it's not there. It may be there. It may show up. There may be this big explosion,
big gay explosion. There has to be a gay explosion. She wouldn't say that. So, but honestly, I don't really care if you're gay or not. I'm not one of those people who's like, I refuse to watch it if a gay couple is depicted on screen. And we've seen people like that in The Last of Us when that episode came, and people were like, wow, this is really well acted. Great fucking actors, great performances. This is a piece of shit. This is destroying the fabric of the universe and stuff like that, family and all that. And I was like, here's another one, Meow Wolf. Who is this show for? Because it's not for 15 to 45 male demographic that makes up the majority of Marvel fans. I'm confused on the business side of things. Do they want my wife is watching Bachelor or The Voice, not the MCU.
My wife.
Your wife. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyways,
he's got the doll sitting there watching like this TV over there.
Hey, what are you watching?
Yeah.
It's whatever you put on, man.
But no. So obviously, bad writing and political activists, this can devolve to that, and it can get worse and worse as it goes along.
It could.
It's a possibility. But so far, the series has seen fine. I've really seen no activism at all.
No wieners yet? No, I mean, I don't know if you're worried about wieners in your Disney show.
If you are threatened by the number of women on screen, this is not the show for you. If you're counting the number of white males on screen, this is not the show for you. It's probably not going to work out for you. But so far, I don't really see a political activist message. I do see hints of a gay relationship.
There's two hints.
It does seem as if Agatha may be either bisexual or gay. With Aubrey Plaza's character in the past. But, all right, so let's dive into the actual, now that we got all that shit out of the way, if some of that would put you, if gay characters put you off, if female-led series put you off, if potential political activism to put you off, then probably I would jump off, watch something else. But if you want and you're curious about the MCU and you want to see how this ties into things, we'll let you know if some of that stuff, crosses a line or breaks into being the main part of the series. But so far, what they've set up here is kind of some interesting characters in a more magical side of Marvel. And I like magic. I like witches. I particularly, as everybody had said, like Catherine Hahn. And I know, do you guys like Aubrey Plaza? I haven't seen a lot of stuff with her. Yeah. I just see a lot of people love her, and I don't really know. So maybe this will be
She's also from Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
okay, that's probably why. Maybe this will be my window into her stuff. She seemed fine for right now. But, okay, so with all that stuff out of the way, let's dive into the 2-episode premiere. So, episode 1... I felt was, it was trying to be cutesy with its HBO true crime parody detective. Obviously, WandaVision.
Yes.
Because it was so fascinating, it was so unique. No Marvel show has done something. No Marvel property has done something like that. Where okay, we're watching this kind of sitcom from this era, and then the next one isn't styled in another era. Now they could get away with that so many times because we didn't know what was going on, and it was slowly revealed to us. But now that WandaVision is already out, Agatha All Along cannot really sustain that. And when I immediately see what's happening, then I'm almost kind of punched out of it, and I'm almost seeing it more as a satire. And they do play it for that. And so it's good. It's good that they lean into the overacting. They know that this facade is not going to hold up, but they do the HBO true crime where it's just some, butch, overly loud, a female detective. Her life is not together, but yet she's got one obsession in getting all the cases right, solving the cases. But that slowly falls apart when she's visited by Aubrey Plaza's character. I don't know her name, but
Rio,
and she kind of pokes some holes in it. Well, so this is kind of how you want to be seen. All right, well, I'll just play along. And then she's kind of playing along. And that kind of, so that takes a little while to get going. And it didn't really, compel me too much. So what did you guys think about the first episode?
Pretty much on par with you. That one, just like the satire was like a little bit too much. I was like, yeah, I know what they're going for. We see, it was just a little too much. But I was coming into this, I didn't really care. First episode, I was like, it's not for me. But second episode is really when it ramped up. We'll talk about that one later. But this one I wasn't a big fan of what's his name, the teen.
Yeah,
the teen.
Yeah, he was just kind of annoying right now.
Mascara teen guy.
Yeah, just like he was kind of annoying. I didn't really like him. But once we finally get to meet Agatha, being Agatha, I was like, okay, I like this better.
Yeah, it reminded me of why I liked Agatha in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they just they committed to the bit, and they were like, we're going to do this, or if we're going to, do a play on the true crime thing, let's really do it. And it's like, you don't have time for that. We need to get a faster start, and you just you spent at least 15 minutes too much in that. And it's like, if you had introduced the character that I actually really liked, I actually do get to the point where it's like, I like Agatha as a character. Yeah. And it's like, I just wish that we had, spent more time with her in the beginning.
I forgot where Agatha, she got spell zapped into a fantasy city or something.
She was in
once she wakes up from her true HBO true crime thing, and it's a creative scene. I'll give it some credit for how she's taken her clothes off and she's different characters. She even does like the black and white sitcom, which I like, and then she does that again. Ultimately, she's naked. There you go. Some red-blooded males. You want to see some little naked? Well, you don't see much. Oh, you do see booty. I don't know if it's her booty. It might be a stand-in stunt double booty, but maybe you get some Catherine Hahn booty. But the point I was making was what? Her booty distracted me.
How she ended up there.
Yes, that's right. So this fantasy town, it seems like the inhabitants are willing inhabitants because the people, her neighbors, were playing into her fantasy. Oh, here's the librarian, here's the cop, here's the this and that. Who are these people?
Those are just her neighbors. Those are people who live in Westfield or whatever.
So they know about Wanda.
They know about Wanda, and they are willing participants in the what would you call it?
True crime thing.
The fantasy world.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Why are they willing participants? Are they trapped here as well?
They were when Wanda was there. Now they're not trapped. Now they're just living. They're just living their lives now.
Okay, and they kind of help, and they know that Wanda has imprisoned
stuff like that, and
Agatha here, and they're just playing a part.
Yeah, they realize that she's got trauma.
Because I kind of forgot that from the previous thing. Because I'm like, are all these people, on one particular side, and Wanda imprisoned them there on purpose, or some are volunteers, some are whatever? That's what I was saying. Anyways, then it sort of culminates this episode into once she is revealed, we get some funny kind of, Agatha things where she doesn't give a shit that she's naked and she's just important. Like, how long have they been out? 3 years. People are playing along. All right, it needs a plan of action. And then she realizes that one of the guys doesn't really fit the mascara team, and she kind of kidnapped this mascara team, or he broke into her house, and now he's sort of what do you call it? She kidnapped him at some point. Yes. And took him to her house. And he's got this unique thing to him. I don't know what's going on here, but every time he tries to say his name, Agatha can't hear it. There's some kind of spell that prevents it.
M on his mouth for Mephisto confirmed. If we're doing this again,
yeah, doing it all over again.
More like an
M. It was an M.
It looked like an M.
Mephisto confirmed.
Stop it with Mephisto. Man, that needs to show up. He did. He showed up in Wolverine and Deadpool. He was the red Nightcrawler. Isn't that Mephisto?
No, that's Azazel.
Oh, there's something else. Okay. Anyways,
yeah, he's been studying.
It turns out he's just what do you call it? There's people that hang out at the graves and they want to be a part of the club. He's a poser. Yeah, Hot Topic guy, and he wants power.
Well, he's not a poser.
He wants to be a witch. Can't be a witch, motherfucker. You can be a warlock, but you can't be a witch. But he wants power. He wants to walk this witch's road, and he somehow knows that if she does the witch's road, she will get what she wants to. Look, I want power. You want power. Can I be your apprentice?
Blast
whatever.
And shield and levitate.
Exactly.
So he's been studying, and then he
does
his
cool.
chant.
Okay, so you got your characters. That could be your in, where it's like, man, I like witches. I want to be a witch, and then this could be your vehicle in. Anyways, all of this is interrupted by Rio, who blows open a fucking door, gives us our little sort of action scene or conflict scene as she bursts in. She's all wearing that black hot goth girl stuff that reminds me of the Coven. And that's crazy. I crossed the trailer. I forget her name, but so they have a little bit of a fight. She's trying to kill her with a fucking dagger. And apparently they've got history. So, but kind of stupid here. I'm thinking, rolling my eyes every fucking time.
Yeah, but before that, she's like, do you remember why you hate me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
She doesn't even remember.
Something's going on there. Like you said.
Relationship, I guess. It didn't end well. But she does this stupid thing, Alice. What is the thing? She convinces her that the anticipation of her being killed is better.
Yeah, this is the worst part of the whole show. And if this is still episode 1, right?
This is episode 1.
Yeah,
this is the very end.
If they had not shown episode 2, I would not have kept watching.
Right.
And I mean that. Like, episode 1, I think, is so bad at the end that I would not have watched the second one. So if you haven't watched the second one, maybe check that one out. She says, you don't want to kill me when I'm weak, even though you despise me and you want to watch me burn, hang, and drown. It's like, well, that would probably be the most satisfying, watch you squirm and to murder you in this exact way. Thank you for, and then the show is over. And so she's like, no, I'm going to wait until you're powerful. But instead of waiting till you're powerful, I'm going to tell your deepest enemies where you are. And they'll be here tonight, scripted at 7 p.m. And I don't know how to write a TV show, so... And then it ends, and I would have fucking
So she decides to let her go. And, but I'm thinking to myself, well, if she can't kill her, then the Salem 7 can't kill her either, but it's just going to be worse
Unless
torture.
It's like Dumbledore and...
Oh.
No, it's not Dumbledore and...
She's got a locket of hair, of dark hair in her brooch. You don't know that.
No, I think that
she literally
I
said
they
you
meant
can't.
The rules of the world that they're living in, the fantasy world, is you can't kill each other.
No, she said you literally can't kill me. It's against the rules. And then she does have this locket of raven hair, and I don't know if you know what color. Aubrey. Yeah. So
no, I missed.
No, it's like what's his name?
What did get the whole
Griswold. Clark Griswold.
No,
Grindelwald, yeah.
So then we get the end of the episode. We get the real credits. It's like the season of the witch, and it's got, Simpsons, Disney, witch stuff. It's cool. I actually like this.
I like that song.
It was, in fact, the HBO one was kind of funny, too. It was like, what was it? Based on Agnes of Westview or something like that, with the Danish show of WandaVision or something like that. So whatever. But anyways, you get this whole stupid sexy banter, like this sexual tension that and Marvel and Disney Plus would never pay off or anything. So it's all sexless. But it's the whole ex-girlfriend coming to get revenge, breaking her out
it's always
to kill
ex.
her, but doesn't kill her, releases her because she secretly still loves her. So she was never intending to kill her in the first place. And so I just roll my eyes. Mm-hmm. I know maybe that's not my demographic that likes it. The other demographic might be into that, but not me. And I was like, I don't know about this. So let's go ahead and rate that first episode there. What would you rate that one?
Below average. I'm going to give this one a 4. I do like Agatha and Aubrey. They were great, but then I can kill you because of I love you, probably. Mm-hmm. The first time we meet
Mascara Boy.
His name is Joe.
God damn it.
Joe Locke. Well, his real name. Yeah, he was kind of annoying. It wasn't for me. So, below average. Like Alex said, if we stopped on this one, it's I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I think I really liked conceptually everything, but I didn't like how they did it. So it's I like the idea that you do a true crime episode similar to WandaVision. Yeah. You just spent way too much time in it. And then I kind of like this whole she needs to do something to get her power back and she's got an enemy. But the specific way that they wrote it where it's I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to wait to kill you.
It's too tropey.
It's just it didn't feel good. It didn't feel natural. It didn't get me excited to watch any of the further things. And at this point, we haven't been introduced to Agatha at all. So it's if I don't care about the main character and I actively do not like the bad guy based on how she's been acting. It's what am I looking forward to the show? I would have turned it off.
Yeah, one devising. 4 out of 10 for me too. What'd you give 4 out of 10? Yeah, so 4 out of 10, below average. Not interested, but I'm very glad that they did the 2-episode premiere because this next episode is much better. Yeah, I don't know if these episodes have titles. Let me check real quick. Seekest Thou the Road is the first one. And the second one is called Circle Soon with Fate, Unlock Thy Hidden Gate. So probably little witch spell things is what the titles are going to be. Episode 2. Now, much better.
Yes.
By the end, and we'll get into the details here, I just love this is like Ocean's 12. I got to get this specialist. I got to get this specialist. We're getting the band back together. Instead, it's a witch coven, and they got the kookiest witches, and I already like some of these witches. I like Agatha in full sarcastic Agatha mode. I like the fact that she didn't even really have confidence in these witches to go on the road because they're all wash-ups, and she thinks she's the hot shit. And really, she was just using them to manipulate them to piss them off enough to where they blast her, and that's her secret power, is that if you blast her with power, she has the power to absorb it, and then she'll get some more power, and she's looking for power. So that's kind of how she was planning on doing this as a backup plan, or really as her main plan. But it turns out the road spell actually does work by the end, as they're being chased by this creepy Salem 7, which I expected the Salem 7 to be all these weird-looking characters with the fucking purple hair, and then you have one with the fucking smart glasses, and then you got one that's like a skinny fucking this and that. Just, the diversity thing, right? But that wasn't it, and I was happy to see it. There was some creepy-ass fucking, they're one, and then they kind of
start crawling and skittering
crying, and I'm like, yes, I
really
this.
like that one.
I'm happy you did that. And so even the witches are like, oh, hell no, man, we're getting the fuck out of here. And they they did manage to conjure this sort of trap door with a stairwell down, and they just say, let's fucking go. And so because I like all the kooky cast of characters, and I like that recruitment, now this could be the highest the series ever gets for me. Yeah. I think this is a great setup. I am actually interested in how this plays out.
Me too.
And how these characters end up being, because I like a lot of these actresses. It's got the lady from the '70s show.
Yes, I love her. She was great.
So she shows up, and she showed up, I think, in episode 1 when the mascara boy is running away from her, and he gets stopped by her, runs into her car. I'm like, she's got to be in the show, right? You don't just use her as an extra.
She's great.
And when it turned out that she was the Earth Witch, I was like, yes.
Is she though?
I don't think she is Earth Witch.
Because everyone's doing a chant. They're like, am I supposed to know this song?
I think she's just still so into her character that she is a witch, but she's just.
I thought it was going to be Rio because the last one is the Black Heart, and that's Rio.
And she said Black Heart.
I thought it was going to be Rio too.
But she's like, no, we're just
Mrs.
going to
Hart.
bring her. And she's like, just dance, like doing her thing.
Am I supposed to know the words to this?
Everyone's getting mad.
love
She's
it.
like, I thought we sounded great.
Yeah, I love it. It was great.
Yeah.
So I had a good time.
Yes.
Shit was making me laugh. There's one joke that made me laugh louder than it should have, and I'm still laughing about it today. I'll tell you when we get into the breakdown. But I gotta be honest, like, you know, holding a deaf ear to, you know, expectations and be, oh, you know, this and that is looking disappointing. It's like, man, I'm gonna tell it like it is.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this episode. And if the series is like this the rest of the way, I could get down with it. It reminds me of like Hocus Pocus, like the good Hocus Pocus. Not quite that level, but who knows? I mean, Hocus Pocus is not even very good. It's just like, you know, it has style, or it just has something to it. You like the characters, and that's what's going on here for me. So let's go. Final verdicts on episode Dos.
7. I'm gonna give this one a 7. I liked it. What really kind of scared me at first is like, oh, we got to recruit everyone. I was like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to go through the series trying to recruit people.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been real bad.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
like.
what
fuck.
they could have done. I'm glad they didn't.
Yes, and then as soon as they like, oh, we got everyone, I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, and then the fucking creepy.
It's because this is not season 2. So some of those people are like, this is going to fail utterly. It's going to get canceled. It's like, no, you don't understand. This is a limited series. It's 9 episodes. Then it's done.
Yeah, I was hoping they wouldn't like do that.
Not
and,
a
like,
season
stretch
2.
it out, but like they got everyone they needed. They were moving along. They got to where they needed to go, the road. And when the Salem 7 show up, that was fucking creepy. Like it kind of scared me. Like one part where like the witch jumped through and then crawling down. That's
I hate the crab crawl stuff.
Yeah, like the
I like
Exorcist
that.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
Scary enough for Disney. Disney Plus. It's probably one of the cooler, you know, pieces of content on there because there ain't nothing on Disney Plus.
I mean, this episode, she calls them bitches. She talks about jade eggs and like weak pelvic floor.
What is a jade egg?
Oh,
what is a jade egg?
So it's inserted and it's for the Kegel muscles.
Oh, the goop. Is it the goop?
She was talking about that too. I was like, holy shit, Disney's saying this shit.
Yeah, it's an act of putting things inside and just squeeze them to.
I'm playing dumb
for strengthening your pelvic floor.
Yeah,
and so
I was surprised Disney did that.
Yeah,
I heard Alex is like, what? And I was like,
well, you know when Alex is responding that there's...
I just couldn't believe Disney's talking about it.
Yes,
So it's
exactly.
Like, this is more mature than I thought it was going to be. It was funnier than I thought it was going to be. And
babies are delicious, she said.
She's
eating babies
She's
before.
talking about eating babies and stuff. And she's also, it's not doing the Wiccan thing where it's like you can't make fun of it. She's constantly shitting on other witches, and it's funny. And she's making fun of the whole culture. She's also in the culture, so I mean, it kind of feels a little authentic.
Yeah. It does.
And I love how like some washed up witches turn into tarot card readers and all these and
like
beauty gurus and shit.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea.
Yeah, she can't. She's not recruiting the A team. Like this is the F team, and it's all these people coming together. And so I agree with him.
That's what you need. Yeah.
It was enjoyable enough, and I was coming off like not wanting to watch the second episode. You left it on. I was like, fuck.
He's like, I want to put it.
I was like, I have my earbuds right there. So I can put my earbud in and listen to my audiobook right now.
So that's hard, man. That's a high difficulty. So this episode pretty good to get Alex interested.
Yeah, it's not excellent, but I thought it's a server. If this is the way that things continue to go, we could be in a great spot. If this is the show's peak, it's going to be bad.
That's going to be bad. It could be. What's your score?
7.
I'm going to go 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, probably because I laughed a lot more because it just got to my kind of comedy there at the end. And it surprised me, and it had difficulty because I was completely uninterested. Again, could be the best episode of the series, and honestly, I probably think it is. I'm going to assume this is the best episode. The payoff is never going to be as good as this setup, this bank heist. Let's go fucking...
He's there.
No, he's not.
It's an M. It's in his mouth.
I think there's probably one more good one, probably.
Do you think that Scarlet Witch is actually alive? Because they hinted pretty heavily that she's still alive.
Yes.
I have no idea. How did they hint that she's alive?
When she goes down in police form, she said,
obviously she's alive. They're not going to get rid of that kind of character. So, but I'm not sure they were teasing at that.
Yeah, the body is Scarlet Witch. We don't know it's Scarlet Witch. Yeah. And she's like, "Are you sure she's dead? You never know." Wink, and she winks at him. Also, Aubrey Plaza and what's her face, Olsen are best friends.
Yeah, she's not dead, and everybody knows she's not dead. They're gonna take more. I mean, she's Scarlet Witch. She's one of the most powerful characters in the MCU. All right, so that's pretty good. Let's go a little bit in the breakdown of this episode, which is, so dude wants to be taken to Witch's Road. He does say, "This is my intention." He wants power. This is where it says, and then Agatha doesn't know what a car is. Can you tell me about this? What is that?
I guess she's still kind of traumatized. Well, not traumatized. She's still trying to wake up from her spell because that was her.
That was her car when she was in her
car.
Yeah. Oh, that makes so much sense. I had to check something on the computer, and when I looked away and I turned around, I was like, "What is she doing?"
She's like, "This is my car." Yeah, okay, you drive it. Fuck it.
Then that turns out to an even more funny joke for me.
Yeah.
And then we do the coven thing. She goes to see a seer. She acts Southern. She's putting on an act, but the seer's also putting on an act. And it turns out as she's leaving that, she's just probing her, basically. And she's like, okay. And then she does her actual power, and she reveals, oh, you do have power. It's like, all right, I'm assembling a team. I need a seer. And, but I do like the whole scene. Where she's like, I see that. And she's like, oh, brother, is this what people actually pay for it, dude?
Yeah,
when
people
the lady
actually do.
And people actually do it. I just love it. But anyway, she goes around recruiting witches, psychics. And
she's getting evicted. The other one's getting sued. Like, all of these people, these are terrible witches.
They're not even beating.
Yeah, because she's like making fun of her place. She's like, yeah, you sleep on that bed and put it up on the wall.
Yeah, your bed is also your wall.
Yeah.
It's
like, and I found this eviction. You turn.
And then she does another one. You want me to coven up with you? And this is my pet. I say hi, pet. So I like her sarcastic nature.
Well, he's so happy and bubbly, and she just loves shitting on him. And it works really well.
Yeah,
They've got
good dynamic there. And then they kind of she tries to get this band back together to walk the Witch's Road together, and that's when she lets one of them know she can't steal magic unless she's blasted with it. Aha! Plot point upcoming, right?
Yeah.
And she then what does she do? Then she does the other witches in her coven. She gets the seer to write down all the names that she predicts that will be in her coven, so she knows who to go get. And she's assembling a team roster. And I like this. So first we go to, that's the first one. The second one we go to.
She's like, I'm not going to be in your team. Here's the list. You're like, your name's on the list. She's like, fuck.
That's another good one. And then she goes to the probiotic lady, the probiotic candles.
Eat the candle.
Eat the candles. Like, I'm serious. I'm like, oh my God, this is making fun of, what's her name?
Goop lady.
Gwyneth Paltrow. This is literally Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, eat it.
And she worked for Disney. And they're making fun of her. And they're eating the candles, and it's gross, and it's a goop lady. And then, she tells her, hey, we need a and she levels her. I like how she talks. She's like, look, I need a potions guy. You're the, like she's doing a heist. And I just like it.
And then she steals a jade egg.
Yeah. And she goes, you lost the Darkhold. You're powerless. I see what you're doing. And I don't need this, blah, blah. I don't need to be a part of the witches. Because she got, like, excommunicated or something from the witches. And then she was like, all right, well, have fun helping the healthy. Have fun helping the healthy. And
she also has a lawsuit against her, so she's down on luck too.
Yeah, and I like the joke that's like, historically, we don't do very well in courtrooms. And she's like, shit, you're right. And then dude actually pulls a great move and gets her interested. And even Agatha, if you look at her acting, she's like impressed by him, basically manipulating her to go. And then that's when she said, "Well, I'm still taking this jade
and if you want, and if you want it back, you know where to find it." And I was just like, "Oh wow!"
It's like, damn.
I was like, "Jesus!"
That's a good
it's like
joke.
Disney,
that even made Alex react.
It's like, damn, Disney. I mean,
prediction. Okay, and then we go to the protection spell person, who's a security lady. She fucking forces her to lose her job in order to get her to join.
Yeah, she used to be an ex-cop, and then now she's a mall cop, so she's also down.
They get her fired.
Yeah. Why is that funny?
It's just funny because it's like Agatha's like a shitty person, and it's funny. It's funny in that way where it's,
I'm about to raise my shit to 9 after all this. Interesting that every time he tries to explain his backstory to her, they're in the car. It's like, yeah,
That's a
back
cool
in my
mystery.
childhood, I was all that, and she's like, and
She could hear everything.
everything.
Else.
She doesn't mention it to him, but she's just interested by it. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think this is?
Mephisto.
God damn it!
I like that's perfect.
You fucking asshole.
It's got to be, man.
No, it isn't.
It said
You think it's
M.
like her son? She's related. It's somebody that she hates is related that he's related to. I don't know. Interesting. Anyways, I am interested.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
curious
same.
what that is. And then she's visited by a raven. She's suspicious. A
rat.
coyote.
A rat.
Oh, where's the? I didn't see the rat.
Corn
The
dog.
mall.
Oh yeah. And then a coyote, and
then
clearly this
the
is the
bunny.
coven getting closer and closer. Not the coven, the Salem 7. And then this is the joke that made me laugh so much. So she finally gets all of them, and she's like, "Meet me at 7 p.m. at my house."
yeah.
And then, so they cut to her house, and of course, the mascara guy is like setting up a party. He says, "Welcome, coven," and he goes, "Do you think this is centered?" And she goes, let me see. If I put it a little more to the
Something she would do. You know?
she fucking rips the thing down, and it's the way it's set up, and it made me laugh. And then it made me laugh. One of those laughs where I couldn't stop laughing, and everybody else is just like, "Shut up and watch the movie." That happened to me in Spider-Man when Spider-Man, it was me and Trevor. You remember Trevor? And we were watching Spider-Man, and he goes, "Man, I had to beat an old grandma to get these beats." Do you remember that line? Because he had to leave, and then he came back and he had beats. I had to beat an old grandma to get these beats, or something like that. Mitchell broke out laughing in the theater, and we couldn't stop laughing. And people were like, "Shh!" And we were like, "We're trying." But the fact that we were laughing and we weren't supposed to be laughing just made me remind me of that moment. Anyways, so she rips it down violently because she's not into this whole idea. She's just trying to get her way, trying to manipulate the coven to get her
Get her
way.
powers and everything.
So they show up, and they're like, "Wait a minute, there's no green witch. We need a green witch." And she's like, no, we don't need a green witch. She's like, "Yes, we need
It's
a green
on the
witch."
list. The list said black heart. Well, you wrote it with the black pen.
Black heart. Right. So it's not Rio. She goes, "Oh, I know who it is." And I thought she was just making shit up and just going to go grab somebody.
I think she
I
is.
think she does.
I think she is, yeah.
I don't know. So she goes next door and gets the neighbor lady.
Yeah.
Who was Mrs. Hart during the fake WandaVision days.
Maybe
But it
it will
says
be
maybe-
revealed that
yeah.
it's not. But I love her. She's precious.
is.
And for now, she is the best witch, in my opinion. Yeah. And her name is Sharon. And she joins because she's a good gardener.
Well, she's like, "Hey, I'm having a party. Come on over." She's like, "Oh,
Okay.
party? Yeah, let's go."
Yeah. And then, so.
She never got to tell me what the secret to Fluffy Azaleas are, though.
Right.
She
Oh,
got
is that what she
interrupted.
said?
Yeah. It's like, I wanna know.
So who is going high? And then she's like, "I don't know. I go high more for what is it? What did she say?
Alto.
Alto or something like that." And then one of the other, "Get off me!" I don't know what is this lady's deal. What is the
She's got witch Tourette's because she did the
Yeah.
same thing in her own.
But kooky. I like it. I like this kooky cast of wishes. They make me laugh. Is what
And
I wrote.
Sharon's like, "I don't do drugs."
And she goes, "Am I supposed to know this song?" When they start singing the song,
The song went on
The
too
song
long.
made me roll my eyes, but as it went along, I'm like, "Oh, I kind of like this song."
They
It's a
kind
good
of
song.
like, I think they cut it a little bit whenever she's like dancing. It's like, okay, there's a little break. She's like, because she doesn't know the song, so she's just
Oh, yeah, she's having a good time.
Singing
with it.
I
along.
kept
They're
looking
trying,
at her. They purposefully didn't show her a lot. She tries to mouth some of the words.
Yeah.
Then she's mostly just dancing.
Yeah, that's just like,
but
it's not
but
her.
certain times it does look like she's singing. So it's like it could go either way. Anyways, Salem 7 show up as the mascara
Creepy.
boy is looking up, and he sees them through the window, and they get closer and shit. They're creepy. I like their maneuvers and the thing. And yeah, the song doesn't do anything. So what happens?
She
insulting
calls him a bitch, and
Y'all fucking
rejects,
suck.
cowards,
Yeah.
all of
Hate you all.
you.
and you
And
can
you
see
can
them.
see,
Yeah, their
She's
powers
like-
are
she's
activating because
looking-
they want to blast her, but
fucker, what'd you say to me, bitch? And then the smart one is like,
I know what she's doing.
she told me this earlier. Basically, you're trying to just piss us off so you can take the power for yourself. You didn't really believe us in the first place. And she goes, "Just blast me, you bitches!" I love the line. And but then they get chased down the hatch. Oh, they notice the hatch appears just as the Salem 7 show up, and they chase them down the hatch. and apparently, the Salem things can't follow. Though she stops for a moment, I'm like, man, you're doing so great. Do something creepy, like just I don't know, a kid's voice. No, come back up here. I need your help. And she's like, hell no. You know what I mean? Just something creepy, because you're already doing so well. But anyways, they can't
thing
follow.
Going down the stairs already had me. I'm like, fuck
Right.
no.
Oh yeah, they do a crab walk down the stairs. I was like, let's go. Yeah. They get down there. They see there's actually a road.
Yep.
So they're like, all right. Well, they take their shoes off and
I was like, okay, you got me. I
down
like
the
it.
road.
I like it.
Yep, I liked it. And the dude melts because he's a guy, and that's a witch's road, and the warlock road is over there. He cannot be a witch, goddammit. Anyways, oh, by the way, I like how Agatha's like, I never doubted us for a second. That's Agatha. That's Agatha right there.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Now,
This episode, yeah.
this
episode was
episode
fun.
was fun. I don't give a fuck what anybody
Yes.
says. And but we'll see. Like I
Last
said, the first episode under
We already have the
below
team.
average.
I'm happy for that, and let's just get this going.
But yeah.
Yeah.
They're also doing the last 2 episodes on the same day. So maybe,
Really?
yeah, they're
I
both
like
coming out the
this.
day before Halloween.
Maybe.
Ooh,
this
nice.
is this is making all the right decisions. You're right. October 30th.
Yes.
Halloween? Yeah. What is Halloween? Is it the
31st?
31st? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. First. So most people can watch it on the 31st. All right, I'm down. Yeah, so that's Agatha All Along. Surprising. We'll do Penguin next. And thank you guys so much for watching. And we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.